positives from today. 4th place is mathematically secured at least. I guess that's something. I'll quickly get this out of the way because apparently it makes a difference if you say it earlier. If you're watching the video, anyone who is watching the video, if you aren't a regular sub and you're watching the video and you think I've earned it from you, then hit the sub button because it doesn't cost anything at all. As Sean says again, it's absolutely free, doesn't cost a penny, and it just takes a few seconds and it helps the channel out quite a lot. Jam Sani the legend's been trying it, and obviously his subs, I mean he's got way more subs than me anyway, but his subs have been going upwards, so yeah, if you could do that, that'd be much appreciated. So I've got that out of the way, and now I have to talk about the football. Colours mental, right? Did we play good? No, not really. Do I think the intensity wasn't there? I think to an extent it was. I don't think we played maybe I'm in my own bubble here. I don't think we played particularly bad. Now, don't play particularly bad mean we played fantastic? No, it's not. They're two completely different things. We had the chances today to get something out of the game, but that's 3 games in a row now where we've conceded, and the goal we conceded, once again, I'm getting a bit tired of conceding poor goals recently. And don't get us wrong, I understand that going forward, obviously we need to do a bit better in terms of getting better chances, putting our first team on the pitch. I will say one thing, mind, the last 2 games, I understood the rotation thing today. I understood that you have to try and manage the squad over the last couple of weeks because I know people obviously say, of course you want to go into the playoffs on good form. I want to go into the playoffs on good form. But at the same time, as Graham Falk rightly said, it's not absolutely essential when you look at what Southampton did last year. And just because Southampton did it doesn't obviously mean we're going to do it. Of course it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. But for me, if you look at it this way, if Sheffield United lose at Burnley, for example, they've lost 4 and 5. Coventry and Bristol City both had great opportunities today to solidify a place in the playoffs and didn't take it. So I think at the minute, I don't think anyone's going to be going into the playoffs on particularly great. One of the lads I know at the matches, but none of the everyone. If Sheffield United lose today, all 4 teams in the playoffs lost today. So but at the same time, I don't want to go into it on the back of a few defeats. Really, I think the last 2. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I understood for the last couple of games rotating. I understood that. For today, when we had a game 3 days ago, away at 5th who are currently in the playoffs, down to 10 men, for a long period of the game, by the way, I understood it for there, but for the last 2 games, I wouldn't understand it if we go half a team basically. For me, I would like to see something to the effect of, if Sirkin's fit enough, I'd like to see him get a start. I'd like to see, obviously, Hume will probably come back in. I'd like to see a midfield, say, Job, Neal, Rake, and if you don't want to play Watson, then put Lefay on the left for a couple of games, and have Robertson and say Mayenda up front. So for me, I think the last couple of games we need to have a chance for the players to sort of gel and click together. And to be honest, I know I haven't really spoken much on the game, but there really isn't that much to talk about. I think the only positive really is again that Bristol City didn't win, so therefore 4th place is mathematically secured. But obviously it was going to be secured for ages anyway. But the last 2 games, I would like to see us up the intensity a little bit. I'd like to see us, and again, something I said in the Bristol City video that I am starting to get quite tired of hearing is when people go, well, you can't just like the flick of a switch, like Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet, you can't just flick of a switch, just turn it on, and I get it, it's not wrong, you can't do that, but at the same time, if the players are just going to labour into the playoffs and they're not going to raise their game a bit more for the playoffs, then I don't want them playing in the playoffs, because you shouldn't need motivating, you shouldn't need to have a reason to bring your extra A game for the playoffs when that's where you're going to have the opportunity to try and get promoted back to the Premier League. So I still, regardless of whether people think it's possible or not, I don't really care. I still expect the players to have more intensity and up their game more in the playoffs themselves. The only question remains now is who we're going to get in the semis, whether it's going to be, because I think it will be Bristol City or Coventry. When Middlesbrough were 1-0 up away at Sheffield Wednesday and they contrived to lose with the, and I love Sheffield Wednesday, as you guys know, but the mood around Sheff Wed at the minute is really, really poor. So I think Borough have left themselves too much to do. If they'd have won today, then that would have been massive for them. Or even if they'd drawn the game, it wouldn't have been the end of the world for them. But yeah, there's not much more to say really. I think that the game itself, did we deserve to lose? I don't think we did, but I don't think we deserve to win either. So I think it's one where Blackburn got a good win. They scored a goal that I think we should have defended a lot better, and we need to be defensively a lot better than that in the playoffs. But obviously we need to start getting more of our better players on the pitch and start to find a. I still believe that there is. I'm hoping this is a design thing by Regis Labrise, and that we're going to hopefully find a plan for the playoffs. Unless we're being intentionally poor right now, results-wise, so that people underestimate us in the playoffs. And that's reverse psychology. I don't know. I'm going to end it there. I'm just waffling. But yeah, guys, look, Oxford and QPR have got 2 games left, then the games that are the ones that especially matter. All games matter, of course, but they're the ones that are especially important. So, yeah, but I would like to see closer to our full strength 11 and really show it. And I think Oxford will actually be a pretty big battle as well, because Oxford still aren't mathematically safe yet, and they need to get something probably to help themselves stay up. So I think that's going to be a real fight. And although I think we should have the quality to dispatch Oxford, football doesn't work like that. So we need to be on it with our selection. So anyway, guys, I'll love you, leave yous there. And yeah, at least it wasn't 5-1 against Blackburn this time, unlike last Easter Monday. Small progress, yay. Yeah, take care, stay safe, and how are the lads and all that. Move on to Oxford.